Nation of Fit in 10, we are at day 63, and we've got 8 days to go, if you can believe it. 8 single days left. 8 days, still every day counts. I want to really encourage you to keep sprinting until the end. If anything, you get better results now, at this point, more than ever, because you know the challenge so much better. Your training is better. Your knowledge of food is better. The planning aspect is better. You know what to expect at this point. Okay, this shouldn't, nothing should be really, at least terribly new to you at this point, right? So all the more reason for you to make the most progress. Plus, your calories are at an all-time low relative to the rest of the challenge. Your cardio's the highest as well. So only more room there to make more progress, right? All right, so we're going to keep pounding our way through this, right, sprinting till the very end, or to the day of your final scan. Okay, I looked up those smart sweets because I wasn't familiar, and yes, indeed, it looks like I was correct. I mean, it's not really like anything revolutionary here. Usually with these smart sweets, they're alcohol based and or prebiotic based. These usually they're made of some sort of oligosaccharide, these carbohydrates that basically we cannot digest. And so smart sweets looks like, if I look up the ingredients, it's that it says prebiotic soluble fiber from tapioca, essentially what I just said, some sort of oligosaccharide. There's some gelatin in there. There's chicory root fiber, again, another insoluble fiber, citric acid, malic acid, fruit and vegetable juice for color. So this would be a very, very small amount of juice, obviously. Natural fruit flavor, coconut oil, stevia leaf extract, and carnauba wax. Okay, so all of this stuff actually really is, even though you hear about like citric acid, malic acid, these types of things, or the carnauba wax, all this stuff is actually fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Maybe the ones that you want to pay attention to are the ones that have a sugar alcohol in those, because those are more apt to make your stomach upset, potentially, if you eat enough of them. One thing I do want to say, though, is with stuff like this, I don't want you to... I mean, there is actually some benefit to this for your gut health, to be honest with you. But, don't overindulge in this type of stuff. Hunger is normal, and I want to really encourage you guys to try to fulfill the bulk of your eating regime with real whole foods, right? Fruits, vegetables, so long as you're not vegan, meats, poultry, fish. As I've said right in the beginning, if you can pick it, pull it, harvest it, kill it, these are the things that we want to try to eat the most of. We want to try to stay away from this stuff that's really factory made. Hunger as well is normal and good for you. I don't recommend this per se, but I do a 12-hour fast, not really that much of a fast. I go 12 hours, let's just say, from my last meal the night before to the first meal of my next day. And I like this because I feel like I get a couple hours, well, really more like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, where I'm really letting, at least to some degree, some gastric emptying. Okay, for a lot of people, 12 hours of fasting is nothing. It's not even really considered fasting. And really, we're digesting food for hours on end afterwards, right? So if I eat at 10, I'm really digesting that food for probably, depending on what I ate, probably, anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, possibly more. So how much true fasting are you getting? Not very much out of 12 hours. Anyways, my point here is there is a lot of benefit beyond, body composition here. We're not talking about body composition. We're not talking about losing fat. We're talking just about your general health. There is benefit to going periods without eating. Anyways, I don't want to go off on a diatribe here. My point is going through some level of hunger, and if you're doing any sort of gastric emptying, you're going to be hungry. You're going to feel hunger. This is fine. This is normal. You're not going to die. All right, we're not asking you to go a week without food or something like that, okay? Hunger, I just want to say this one more time. Hunger, a level of hunger is normal. A level of hunger is normal, okay? And again, real whole food, this is going to be, generally speaking, real whole food is going to be calorie sparse, which means it's going to be voluminous, which means it's going to be more filling in general, okay? Especially foods that are satiating by their nature, like proteins especially. Those are foods that are high in protein or primarily by caloric value are mainly protein, like meat, okay, lean meat especially. These are going to be highly satiating. It's going to fill you up tremendously. Okay, 5-6 minutes over that. Okay, this question might be a bit big. All right, here's a question. In your videos, can you describe the reverse diet process that is so important after a period of restrictive dieting? I had a hard time believing in this process during my first challenge, but now I am so grateful for those extra calories that I was able to consume without gaining weight. Okay, I'll actually go into this in more detail on the next video, but in essence, reverse dieting, what this means is when you go through a period where we start to pull away calories, and normally this is something that goes on longer than 10 weeks and or involves more of a calorie reduction than just say like 10 or 12%. Of course, maybe you went through more of a calorie reduction than that when I assigned you the calories, which is more than likely the case because a lot of people lost already a lot of weight. So what that tells me is you're in quite a deficit from where you were previously before starting the challenge. Anyways, when you go from chewing away calories from your diet over a period of time, there is going to be some level of inefficiency lost. So some level of inefficiency, energy inefficiency, some level of you could think of it, of your BMR that's being lost as a result of dieting. And I'm not talking about your BMR going down because you lost mass. Okay, that's kind of obvious, right? Obviously, you're going to be BMR is going to go down if you lose some level of mass, even fat. I'm talking about the part of your BMR. There's going to be certain things that downregulate in your body, especially if you go super low calories. By the way, there's going to be certain things that downregulate to lessen the amount of calorie expenditure throughout the day, and this even includes your general movement, your NEAT, your non-exercise activity. Okay, anyways, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow. Okay, let's get to the message of the day. And I like this one. I already read it, obviously. I certainly didn't remember that this was day 63's message of the day. It goes like this. Along the road to success, you can expect bumps, hurdles, breakdowns, mini failures, and moments where you feel like you just want to give up. Moments where you feel like you're just not cut out. Moments where you feel like you're just not one of those people that can do it. You're going to have those moments. This is normal. This is all normal on the road to progression or the road to success. I hate that because I feel like, it's like the end of a good movie. It's like, yay, we reached the end. Everything's perfect. Everything's going to be great for the rest of our lives. No, it's never like that. All these things are normal when you're working towards something, when you're working towards progression in any area. Okay, so it is normal, I'm going to say it again, it is normal for you to encounter bumps, hurdles, breakdowns, mini failures, moments where you feel like you want to give up, moments where you feel like you are not cut out for this, moments where you feel like you don't have the qualities, the heart, the whatever you want to call it. You are not cut out for this. No. This is normal. This is normal to have all these feelings. It's normal to go through periods where you feel like you're failing. This is all normal. Doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're working towards. Especially when you're working towards anything of any great value to you, right? Okay. On that note, positive energy, positive vibes. I hate when I say on that note because I always seem to say that. Anyways. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I will talk to you all later. See you guys.